Shake it like you mean it, baby. Come on and dance with it. Come on. Shake it like you mean it, baby. Come on and dance with it.
Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh my God. Look who we have here. Already feeling it. Showing the guns tonight. Light the beam. We are all once again back together under the same roof for a Thursday night edition of the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. As always, appreciate y'all listening along, watching along live on YouTube at Sports Cave Live. It's good to be back. It's good to be back after an extended absence earlier this week.
You know, getting behind is really not preferable. You want to stay up front and not,
so to speak,
get backed up.
That's right. You know, yeah.
It's not good.
No. Well, it's good. It's good to see you in the flesh, up and mobile and moving, because when you told me,
I'm a little viked up.
Oh,
That's why the guns are showing. Like, I'm a little hot. I'm yelling at LG to turn the AC down.
This could be a Wheels Off show very quickly, because when you told me earlier in the week that you thought you'd be good to go for a Tuesday night show, I pretty much immediately assumed Wednesday night at the earliest.
Yeah.
It feels like the additional couple of days was probably the right call as we sit here Thursday and you're still viked up, sitting in your Niners cut off.
So I got a herniated surgery like last year, and I was up and ready to go swing a golf club the next day. It was like a miracle. It was a miracle. And miracle. And then I got the test trial, which they just put a wire in my back and the battery packs on the outside of the body. And I was up and running around, like getting in the car, you know, fending for myself.
Powered by Duracell.
Yeah, this one, they put the battery pack in me, so they had to slice open a little bit more of me.
Oh.
And I think it's like under the muscle.
Oh.
And so yeah, I've been feeling it, man. I was like,
this reminds me of the old phrase, you know, when any procedure is a major procedure.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell you, no, it's just a minor procedure.
Well, it was outpatient, so I was like, I had high hopes.
Yeah, but if you're still taking a knife to any part of a body, I think that is a valid excuse to take a couple extra days to recover. It is good to be back, though. We've got
no excuse. Play like a champion.
There it is. Hey, what would Shanahan do?
Yeah.
What would Kittle do?
Shanahan would blow a 28-3 lead.
See, well, okay, minor detail. See, you are viked up because you're talking about bad Niners memories.
It was a bad Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, we've got a lot to get to tonight, because we do have I haven't talked to you much because you've been viked up even more so the last 2 days. So I haven't heard much Super Bowl talk. That's why I figured. We'll hit a little bit final.
I lost $20. Like, I didn't think they were gonna win by a blowout, but
Yellow Gatorade, that's a winner.
I saw it and I was like, damn it, Puma.
I had 20 people immediately text me or DM me and it's like, it's yellow.
Man, that's that real close-up shot on it, and I was like, "That's a sharp."
They got the shot of them
stick right to the back, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we've still got some final Super Bowl thoughts to get to. We'll do that here in the weekend recap. A lot to get to tonight. Spurs now officially at the All-Star break. I figure, again, I'm putting it out there, especially with you still recovering. We're shooting for a tight hour. The tightest of hours.
The tightest of hours.
The tightest of hours. As our good buddy, he's not just my good buddy, as our good buddy Zeb put it in a comment on one of the videos from last week. He said it was the tightest 1 hour done in 2 hours ever. So
you had me doing calculus over here talking about big play percentage, and I'm just like, man, we are running long.
Okay. As soon as the numbers started coming out, it was like, hey, what happened to that tight hour you were talking about?
Yeah.
Let's try to get back on track. No, for the sake of brevity and for the chase.
Who the hell is brevity?
Chase of the tight. I met her last night. She's great. You'll love her. For the chase of the tightest hour possible, we're gonna do Spurs notes and main Seggy together because I've got a lot of Spurs thoughts at the as they enter the deadline. Also had, if we have time, I've got some other NBA because we had the league 15 minutes before we went live tonight. I talked about it on the radio show earlier. The league handed down significant fines to the Jazz and the Pacers for tanking.
Yes.
So I want to.
That was a big thing this morning.
Yeah, a lot of conversation about that. I want to hit on that along with in the main Seggy if we have time, and then of course, lightning round will close out. Cap in his current state, still
I'm calling for the ball.
Still calling for the ball. That's just like Shanahan would want.
Yeah.
Cap's gonna have the closing video. I'm trying to make you. I've tried to find some topics that I think will lift your spirits because, lifted spirits, if you believe in that kind of crap, will help speed up
that witchcraft,
the recovery process. So I've got some. Every year, The Athletic does a Cowboys fan survey. They send out. No, trust me.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
You're gonna love it. They send out over 1,000 surveys to Cowboy fans.
These are like season ticket holders and media credentials.
Basically, a lot of not media. It's ticket holders.
Straight
people
fandom.
that bought tickets and submitted an email address in the purchase. John Machota, writer for The Athletic, puts it out every year. But this year, for whatever reason, Cowboys fans are feeling quite optimistic about next year, and so I thought I would share some of the results to give you a laugh.
So next year is the year.
That's what they're saying. Here we go. I know making you laugh is also detrimental to the recovery process because that hurts, but you're gonna enjoy some of these. I'll the first without looking, first one off the top of my head. One of the questions was, does Jerry Jones see the Cowboys play in another Super Bowl in his lifetime?
Very low percentage.
The actual percentage from the survey will you'll laugh, you'll hurt yourself again laughing. So I've got that for you in the lightning round as well. Something else we missed while you were in recovery mode. Last episode we were talking about how we needed a new countdown because baseball season is officially here.
Oh, they're catching. The catchers are catching and the pitchers are pitching.
Everybody's doing. I watched about 3 hours worth of bullpen sessions from the Rangers last.
His arm's looking good. That Tommy John looks strong.
We lost our number one prospect to
what already?
Elbow surgery today. He hasn't had the surgery yet.
Tommy John,
but Sebastian Walcott looks like he's about to miss an entire season.
Bye, Felicia.
Because of elbow surgery. Not only the Rangers' top prospect, but a top 15 prospect in all of baseball. So it's officially baseball season where your favorite future stars in the league are now having surgery to miss an entire year. So we need a new countdown since the pitchers and catchers have officially reported for all of our collective teams, Rangers, Astros, and your Yankees. You're not alone. You got a lot of Yankee
America's
contingent.
Yankees.
Okay, fair, whatever. I'll give you that the 1 month after 9/11 in 2001, and then it ended. And then it was over.
With America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani.
Do you realize, there it is, do you realize all of normally there is a sports depression that sets in after the Super Bowl? This year, let me just run through them real quick. This is everything we have between now and the biggest event in the world taking place in our country this year.
Yeah.
The FIFA World Cup kicking off in June. This is everything from right now through the World Cup. We've got the Winter Olympics through February 22nd. Men's ice hockey started today. Great start. We'll talk about that a little bit. NBA All-Star Weekend, of course, this weekend. We got a Spurs player in every single event except the three-point shootout. World Baseball Classic, March 5th through 17th.
I'm
Formula One season starts March 6th in Australia. Final Four, April 4th tournament starts March 17th, though.
I feel like that's getting pushed back.
Of course.
It's like
It's-
getting pushed back more and more.
It feels like they're trying to get.
I thought it started like the first week of March.
It used to. Now we're starting almost the third week in March. March 17th is when your first 4 games are.
Martial Madness just doesn't sound
Not quite the
doesn't-
same
no.
ring. It's
Yeah.
not nearly as marketable. MLB opening night. Do you know?
It is March 29th or 30th.
March 25th. It's the Yankees out in San Fran.
So it was the latest it was last year.
Now it's cycled back.
Okay.
And the game's on Netflix.
God.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Luckily, that's one of the $20 subscriptions I actually pay for.
Well, then you're in business.
Yeah.
You'll get to hear Barry Bonds do pregame. They're trying to get him. They're trying to get CC Sabathia and Barry Bonds on the coverage.
I think this is a kind of way to get him to
It's softened the.
soften the
yeah.
thing to get him into the Hall of Fame
1000%.
because he deserves it.
Of
Alex
course.
deserves it.
They all do.
Yeah.
The pitchers were using as much juice as the batters. It's stupid.
Exactly.
Masters April 6th
Yeah.
through the 12th. NBA playoffs, play-in tournament April 14th. First round starts April 18th. And then
This is not a drought.
it's a great year. It's a great year of
This
sports.
is a great couple months.
And
you
on
know?
top of all of that, 70 days from today, 10 weeks from tonight, is the first round of the NFL draft.
26th pick, we're going for Concepcion.
KC, the Aggie,
Yeah.
that would be nice. That's a
Work.
solid. That's a solid. If that happens, we have the tape right now.
Yeah.
Cowboys, of course, picking 12th and 20th in that. So I went with the 70 days since that was a good, clean number
Yeah.
for our new countdown. And let's be honest, the NFL dominates everything. We're going to talk so much NFL draft as we get closer. Once the combine is February 23rd. Once we start to see
We just watch people run and jump and
in,
catch little
in
passes.
underwear
Yeah.
and determine they're about to have an all-pro 12-year career. Yeah, it's spectacular.
It's Hall of Fame written all over them.
Yeah, it's before we jump into the main content and really start to celebrate this National Plum Pudding Day. LG, what? It's a rough day on national days.
That just sounds so like phallic and stuff.
It sounds like a-
baby, go give me some of that
Give me
plum
that.
pudding. I'm coming home early to get some of that plum pudding.
Hey, lay some of that plum pudding on me, darling. that's or just a nickname. That's actually what I call the room. She's plum pudding.
She's plum pudding.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, LG, tell the good
I wonder
people.
if she knows that.
Yeah, she does now. LG, tell the good people. So does everyone else. How they can help support the program.
Well, you can help support it by subscribing to this mug. Hit the like button, hit the notification. We also have super chats activated, so you can jump in there and give us some love, give us a tip in the super chat. We also have memberships available. One day we'll have members only content for you guys, but until then, it just helps support what we're doing here. And if you're feeling really frisky, we have an Amazon wish list as well in the description.
Yeah, I appreciate. Throw a super chat out there. Wish Cap some well wishes. Okay, Greg's already got one
Greg,
for a tight 3-hour show tonight. I swear,
it's a tight hour and a half.
it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a tight 3-hour show.
No,
But
I don't think I can make it.
I have very little faith that it's going to be a tight 1-hour show just because we got so much.
You know,
to get
something
to.
I've realized, like I don't take any like the biggest painkillers I ever took was just ibuprofen.
Good for you. That's how it should be.
And I'm a grouchy little ass. You know, I'm like driving. And I'm like, what are you doing? Just get out of the road. And I'm just like, just shut up. Stop texting me. Why is everybody texting me?
All of a sudden, the worst case of road rage.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And I can't move. And I'm just like,
Yeah, that would be even worse if it did come to a confrontation and then you're just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like I'm not going to be able to do anything about this.
comes to a constipation.
Yes, as well, that's opioids for you. Get that opiate itch along with a little backup.
The roommate, what'd you call me?
You're fine, plum pudding. Don't worry about it. Yeah, if you do throw a super chat out there, we'll get to them if they're on topic like Greg's was. We'll get to them as we're doing the segment, but any other ones we'll do before the lightning round, before we close out. But without getting further behind our attempt at a tight hour, let's jump into some weekend recap. We're gonna talk some Super Bowl final thoughts here at the end of the weekend recap, but I've got a couple housekeeping. Well, that was probably unfortunate phrasing whenever I show you what I'm about to show you next. A couple of personal housekeeping. I'm just screwed. I'm going with it. You asked facetiously and out of jest about the feral cat we brought into our house now 2 weeks ago. I had when we took her
a
to the
strange
vet.
pussy.
Yeah, dude, she is still feral. Feral. When we brought her to the vet for the first time 2 weeks ago, we didn't have to worry about providing a stool sample because she just took a dump in the room in the room with the vet, you know. So
It doesn't do the kitty litter. Doesn't figure that one out.
no, it's surprisingly all jokes aside, the cat's been great. She is skittish still. It's gonna take some time. But she took a dump at the vet, so that was a stool sample. We didn't have to bring one, but they told us, hey, we're giving you 3 different types of meds, and in 10 days, we'll need another stool sample.
Oh, buddy.
So I don't know if you've ever done this, but I drove to the vet last Friday that was earlier this week. It was earlier this week. I drove with a cat turd in a Ziploc bag.
Due to feces.
That's correct. In an HEB bag because I didn't want to just carry the Ziploc with a
Yeah.
cat dookie in it.
Many a times I've had to take dog dookie up to the vet.
See, and for whatever reason, dog dookie feels a little, when you're carrying it, like it had the litter on, like it's disgusting. I'm not going any further. All of that to say, clean bill of health.
Oh, no ringworm.
Worms are gone. Nope. Nothing further, nothing worse, nothing bad. Now she is the next step this weekend.
Getting her fixed.
Oh, she's already fixed. She's got the ear clip. She was clearly someone's cat at one point that they just turned loose outside. With all of the houses that are being gentrified and remodeled by Austin a-holes on the east side over here, clearly someone bought a rundown house that had cats in it, and someone put the cat out. She's going to be fine, but this weekend we're introducing her to the other 2 cats we have. So pray for me.
And let the pussy fight begin.
Yeah, it's going to be a Royal Rumble, potentially a feline Royal Rumble in our house. So I thank you for asking last week about her health. We are all good to go there. But the other bit of news from our neck of the woods over there, LG, throw up some of what I sent you, because Friday night, the roommate and I were going to do a basically like a reverse happy hour, go to the bar at like 12:15, 12:30, close it down till 2 a.m.
Oh, power hour.
Yeah, because we've been, look at me. I don't look like, someone that would be super geeked for the Winter Olympics. I have been all over. I've been staying up till like 5 a.m. every night watching live coverage.
We almost got that mixed curling gold.
So
dude.
close.
So
the damn
close.
Swedish siblings, man. Yeah.
Dominant.
So we've been staying up watching. So we've been doing a lot of, go to the bar at like 12:30, shut it down till 2, and then go home with a buzz, watch the Olympics till 5 a.m. Well, Friday night, it's about 10 minutes after midnight. We're sitting in our living room, literally about to walk out the door.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, I hear what can only be described as an explosion. Like, look at this footage.
Oh, man.
This is the house directly across from us. And if you've listened to this program or the radio show in the past, You know exactly who I'm talking about. This is my good buddy, my neighbor Jose's house, right across the
so
street.
it's not a local meth house.
This is not a cooking operation. That would actually.
I would have
be,
been like, does it smell like cat piss? But you got 3 cats anyway, so
How can you know? Yeah, you cook that crystal meth because the shine don't sell. This is not one of those, which kind of makes it even worse. This is a true accident.
Yeah.
He has an outdoor grill on the side of his house. One of the propane tanks exploded. Must have been a slow leak or something.
Yeah.
And he was out there smoking a
wind.
cigarette. Wind caught an ash. And when I say explosion, dude, I mean like it didn't rattle the house, but it sounded like a freaking bomb went off.
Yeah.
Right
Oh, my
outside our front porch. Some of the other pictures I sent LG, I took pictures from, like from our driveway, looking kind of straight at the flame. It was.
Did it burn the house or did it just?
Look at that.
Holy!
I'm telling you.
Did it burn all the trees?
No. So get this. So shout out to the Animal House, the fire department right there on the east side, and Firehouse
Shout out
One.
to the first responders.
So
man.
I'm talking the explosion to 90 seconds. That's what it looked like. That picture you see on screen. If you're just listening to the audio version, highly recommend pull up the YouTube because I'm talking flames.
This looks like California wildfires stuff
exactly
right now.
And it was terrifying as we were watching this, like thinking like, oh my, like one, I hope freaking Jose's okay. I hope he didn't explode. I hope he's
Is he
getting
okay?
out. He's perfectly fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
No injuries.
The puppies that he just had a litter of puppies.
Oh, buddy.
They were running. We're running out with puppies from the backyard to firefighters grabbing dogs, puppies. So those flames, talking 30, 40 feet in the air.
Wow.
That's about 90 seconds to 2 minutes after the explosion.
That escalated quickly.
Within 3 minutes of this, we had 7 fire trucks on our street putting it out. It was the response time. I'm like,
It was impeccable.
freaking heroes, man. Like it was, the house didn't fully burn. It's heavily damaged, as you can tell. But luckily, since the fire was outside, it was the propane tank outside.
He kept it far away enough distance, which, by the way, seems like a good idea.
It's a good rule of thumb. That's a
Yeah.
good rule of thumb. So it caught that whole side of the house on fire, but the firefighters were able to put it out before it spread to the whole. And we're talking,
So it's just outside damage. It didn't get the inside.
it's a little damage on that side of the house, but the other side of the house is still tenable, still livable.
He's got some insurance.
Well, buddy, I mean, this house is these houses are 120 years old. Like they're all falling apart. They're all wood, all kindling.
The
Like
insurance, you can get a new side of the house.
I would hope, but I'm gonna go out on the smallest limb of the tree and probably say there wasn't a whole lot of
Sports
insurance.
K will sponsor a plate sale for Sweet Jose.
Yeah, we might actually need. That's actually a really, really good point. I was talking to the roommate about ways that we could potentially help as he recovers through it. He's like
Between
I said,
us, we got some chefs.
we can definitely pull something together. Do it right there at Charity Bar in the neighborhood. Have Jose, come over. He's physically fine.
That's
Number
the biggest
one.
thing.
Number one. That was my biggest
Second
fear.
one, the puppies are fine.
Puppies are fine. Number two.
Don't really care about cats, So
Thank you. But thank you for your concern. Dude, when I opened the front door and saw that, just stomach dropped out of my ass. I mean, just, my God. Like, just,
you're just
can't.
thinking the worst things.
Of course. I mean, looking at it, I assumed the worst.
That looked like the whole house was
Right.
up.
Right. And I
That's
couldn't
crazy.
really tell at first until I was moving around to get a different, angle, walking down the street to try to.
And I'm sure everybody in the neighborhood was out.
Of course. And then we had some idiots staying at the Airbnb next to us that are standing out, drinking their beer, acting like it's like they're getting a free flipping show. Yeah. Like I just about, and it's
like, man, have some empathy, man.
I can say this because it's my people. It's shit kickers that are in town for the rodeo. And so it's rednecks that are already making fun of some of the conditions of the east side, like making fun, like, I can't believe you got us in this Airbnb in the hood, and just completely disrespecting the neighborhood. And then I'm hearing them out there talking about, well, at least we're getting some free entertainment. I'm just like,
Even
I'm about
though
to
that's
whip
like-
your ass.
That's like every little town in Texas. Like if you go through, like if I'm driving to Abilene to go see some family and stuff, that's every little town has those houses that
Yes.
look exactly like that. They're 100 years old.
Yep.
So you
all
want to talk
bought
about
from a Sears catalog.
respecting country and the country folk and
Yeah,
stuff?
come
Like,
on.
Come on, man. Get out of here with
Like
that.
you know what, speaking of, what we should be a lot more focused on is the means of wealth versus the ones that have it all. And
Yeah.
if country folk realize that minority folk that are just as poor as they are,
Yeah.
if they realize they were actually on the same team,
We're on the same team.
oh my God, imagine how different things would be. So yeah, I almost about took on 3 rednecks in my front yard as I'm watching
That's crazy.
poor Jose's house. Steph's, trying to scramble, do what they're bringing the puppies over, to our front yard as they're running stuff out. But again, shout out to the boys at Animal House and Firehouse One right there at Nolan and Cherry Street. Those,
Years on me if I see you out, man.
yeah, they were so quick to respond. I'm telling you, less than 3 minutes after that
Yeah.
picture I took, 7 fire trucks, street blocked off, all ambulance, meat wagons, police, SAPD cars.
You don't hear too many of that on the north side. I stay in the rich part, I guess. But you get some lightning strikes, and that happened in my neighborhood. Lightning struck a house, caught it on fire, and actually a friend of mine works at a FD just right up the road from us, and he was out there, and I saw him, and I was like, oh, and he shared some more stories with me, and I actually had to call him one time because I have natural gas in my house, and my dog turned it on, and I didn't realize it, so I had to remember, take off the little knobbies if you got
got
tall
big
dogs
dogs.
that are trying to get some food off the cabinet like they shouldn't be, but
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it, and I didn't realize it. And the wife came home, and I'm like, she's like, dude, it smells like gas. I'm like, it does smell weird in here. She's like, the gas is on, and I'm like, that's why I have a headache. Then got everything out the house. They came over, and it was like, dude, we had to air out the whole house. But shout out to them, man, because that could have been,
No, it was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it was awful, but watching the response to it was one of those moments where it's like, God dang, y'all really are freaking heroes.
Yeah,
Like that is
it's like an orchestrated dance.
It is. It was, yeah.
Everybody knew their part. Everybody knew what they're doing.
so impressive, so impressive to see. So yeah, that was after we saw that Friday night, we didn't go out the rest of the weekend. We were
That
you know,
kind of
in
shoots you in the dirt.
It kind of shot the wheels off a little bit. We did end up going over to Buddy's house Sunday for a Super Bowl party to watch the game. So we're not gonna sit and break. That was a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Like there's not a whole lot.
They were who we thought they were.
That sure was.
Yeah.
I mean, New England 9-0 on the road, winning all those close, ugly games. They're
Yeah.
maybe weren't quite as good as that record.
I'll tell you the one game that I just happened to catch, man. It was some NCAA basketball. I don't really watch any games outside of March Madness, but if you want to cue up that clip, LG, I know Puma was probably tuned in watching this game.
I'm guessing Arizona, Kansas.
No.
Oh.
No. It's UNC and your Dukies.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. The preparation for March Madness. We got game-winning shots. Oh, so UNC and Kansas, the final shot. I bet this one just puts you down.
You know what? You know what really kicks me in the taint about this shot?
What?
That was the first lead North Carolina had in the
all
whole
game.
game.
Yeah.
0.4 seconds left. They get their first lead of the game.
All right, run it, LG.
Into Dixon.
I couldn't believe he was that open. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was a bad
Look at that.
switch. I mean, that's what happens.
Ah! They rushed the court. Ah!
And John Shire went full Coach K. He's like, hey, look, I had an assistant get punched in the face. This is just, if this is how you want to be, that's fine. But this is unacceptable to Duke standards.
Oh, buddy.
Full Coach K disciple.
There's nothing more like just everybody's living on that final shot, and it's just you see everybody jump up.
Now you know they had to get everyone off the court
Yeah, because there was
0.4 seconds
left.
There's no chance of
Derek Fisher ain't coming out that tunnel.
no chance of winning that game after that. The man, since you brought up college basketball, I'll give you one fun fact also from the weekend in college basketball. Monday night, if we count that as an extension of the weekend, Arizona lost their first game of the season. The roommates, that's where she went to grad school. Arizona drops their first game.
Party school, huh?
Of course. Well, not Arizona State.
Oh, it's Arizona State.
Yeah,
It's the party.
Arizona. It's still Arizonans party, but
Yeah.
Arizona State's where you.
That's the premiere.
Yeah, that's where you you dance with the Sun Devils. The Bill Self, since he's been at Kansas all these years, Kansas has played in 15 games where both teams are ranked in the top 10 in at home. Like Kansas, let me start over. I'm doing a bad job. Games where Kansas is at home playing in Fog Allen Fieldhouse. 15 times they've played top 10 matchups in their home stadium.
During regular season, yes.
15 times where they were the lower ranked of the two teams.
Okay.
So both teams are top 10, but they're the lower.
Technically underdogs.
Right. Technically underdogs, but both teams top 10, right? Bill Self's record in those games now, after that win Monday night over Arizona, 15-0.
Whoa, clutch, dude.
Insane. I had that
insane.
saved.
That's a good stat.
That's a good
man.
one, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to bust that. I didn't have college basketball on the run sheet, but since you said it,
Hey.
that was
good
another
stuff.
good game.
Yeah.
Monday night, if y'all saw that. No, the only notes I really had from the Super Bowl were the yellow Gatorade. I hit on that. Some of the
Just
prop bets
A little sharp stick, man.
we talked about. National anthem under
Oh, I swear I thought it was over. How much under was it?
about 6 seconds. The line was 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
He was really stretching it out.
He went
too.
a minute 59.
Killing me. Because I picked over.
I know. I figured it's a guy I'm not too familiar with. I figure he's going under. He's not going to want to stretch it.
This is why I don't do prop bets.
No, they're stupid. But that game, this was the ultimate prop bet Super Bowl because
Yeah.
the prop, my two highlights of the night. One, seeing them mix the yellow Gatorade.
Yeah.
The other one, we were watching the game with the majority people rooting for the Seahawks. A couple of actual a couple people that used to live in Seattle, so they're diehard Seahawks. And then the rest of us just didn't want to see the Patriots win. When Kenneth Walker was running for that touchdown in the fourth quarter, at the time,
Yeah.
there were 42 total points in the game. The over-under was either 44.5 or 45.5, depending on when you got the line.
Yeah.
So he's running to score that touchdown. As soon as he breaks through the offensive line, and you can tell he's gone,
Yeah.
untouchable. The whole room's going crazy. Everyone's excited, celebrating.
Yeah.
And I'm just screaming like, no!
No.
Get down! Run the clock! Like, you don't need to score anymore. Just stop.
Maurice Jones-Drew style.
Exactly.
where you
Or
get-
the Georgia quarterback taking the
Yeah.
knee right on the 1 yard line. Like, you don't need a touchdown. Well, he scores the touchdown, but luckily their center gets called for the offensive holding call. So as they're all celebrating, I'm just sitting there you're like, please be a flag. Please be a flag.
Yeah,
Please be a flag.
Because he's like turned around looking kind of like backtrodden.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh.
that would have ruined the Seahawks with the under parlay I had going. So luckily, though there were no more points scored in the game after that, or from that point
So
forward.
Poon won some money, huh?
It was a good Super Bowl.
Now did you parlay the prop bets?
No,
the
the
under with the Gatorade.
So we had one that was 7 prop bets all together.
Yeah.
It was the national anthem, the Gatorade. There was another one that we had talked about because
the game jersey, if it was going to be over under 11.
Oh yeah, the touchdown. Yeah, the first touchdown scored.
Which was over.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We had a good one. We had one going where we ended up winning. I think it was 5 out of 7, but we lost one so early that it was over. But then we ended up winning. So we didn't win anything.
You win nothing, sir.
I'm telling you, it was a Super Bowl made for prop bets though, because the action on the field was not.
They had to go against the real defense.
so good.
Even though I will say Broncos was a real defense, but
And what they score against
when they're out there for 45 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean they only
They're getting worn down.
They didn't need much to beat Denver, even with Denver's defense. I assume as you were watching the game Sunday.
Was I?
Okay, that's why I say
I started flipping around a little bit, like towards the end. I'm like, but I did go back in and to see the Gatorade. And my theory is, what were they drinking? Because they weren't drinking the yellow; they were mixing it up.
Yeah, that was getting for the
They were
celebration.
drinking orange. I know they were drinking orange.
So close. See, I didn't think about it after we did the whole segment, and I was defiant. It's going to be yellow because that's their color. Well, both teams are also blue.
Yeah.
And so I had said, I was like, I think if New England wins, it's going to be blue. But if Seattle wins, it's going to be green. So my whole logic was completely off because Seattle's dominant color is
the main reason
blue.
yellow was only Seattle, which I was like, when you said that, I was like, damn, that's good reason.
Yeah, there's something on.
There's a little juice to that one.
Every now and then, it's more than a hat rack, this thing. Every now and then. How about a generic sports talk question for you? Which team gets back to the Super Bowl first?
I would say, dang, man, that's going to be hard. I would say Patriots more because Matthew Stafford's coming back next year, and they're going to go all out and go free agency heavy, try to get him another weapon, even though they got Devontae Adams and, Puka. But I think they're going to just load up on defense like they did on their Super Bowl run when they got Ramsey.
Yeah.
And they also got, I forget which linebacker they got. I think might have been Kendricks.
Yeah, I can't remember now that you say
But
that.
and then if the Niners are healthy,
Right.
get out of here, man.
Just the NFC
Demo
West.
said it already. He's like, we win by blowout. You're not the 12th man is real playing in that stadium. The Niners know how to deal with that. The Los Angeles Rams know how to deal with that. But we were all depleted. The Rams were going downhill. Their momentum was shot. And then the crippled Niners team after we took out Philly.
It's not the
LG.
preferred nomenclature.
Yeah. But the NFC's too, the Chicago's coming up. There's too much.
So this is what I wrote down. This Super Bowl felt like a bad Madden simulation. When
Yeah.
you're playing a Madden franchise like me and Ben Johnson, the head coach of the Chicago Bears, like we do when we're running Madden franchises, every now and then you get a matchup like this where you're like, okay,
Both teams play hard.
what the hell?
How's
This is
this
not
happen?
this is not realistic. When Patrick Mahomes is in his prime, when the Eagles are the same team that just won a Super Bowl, when the Bills and Niners are perpetually knocking on that door of getting past those two teams, the Chiefs and Eagles, it feels like this was a bad Madden simulation year, and next year, Chiefs not so much because of Mahomes' injury. But next year, I think we're going to be right back to the usual suspects. Your Niners, Eagles, even Bears, I think are a step back to where some of the other
I
NFC.
would say Jaguars are going to be. They got playoff experience.
See, and that would be a bad Madden simulation if they were to go on a run.
What if Brian Johnson Jr. actually plays like he did his first year? You know, like for some reason, he just took a year off. That sophomore slump was real for him. But then you also got Jaden Daniels with Washington. Let's see what Jackson Dart and Scatterboo actually do with a good coach and John Harbaugh. You know, like the NFC is stacked right now. Back in the day, like when the AFC was stacked.
Yeah. And the AFC, it feels like, is going to be, because of Mahomes' injury, it's going to be even more wide open than it was this year. That gave us the Patriots. And like like throwing the Jaguars, that wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't surprise me. If all of a sudden Joe Burrow lights it up with the Bengals weapons they have on, like their return wouldn't shock me.
Pop that top, Bengals.
Yeah, okay. Still, it's not changing, buddy.
It's saying, man,
39.
It puts a smile on my face, man.
39 years and 11 months. That's how it's been. It's not changing anytime soon. Speaking, another testament to how much of a snooze fest it was. It was the 10-year low in bets placed on the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's not just that it was like there was very noticeable less monetary interest in the outcome of this game as well.
With the biggest narrative is the stupid halftime show. You know you're not going to get a good game. You know, like we had to like listen to that crap all like for a month. Oh, who's going to watch? You going to watch Kid Rock or Bad Bunny? Blah, 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 blah.
Why not both? I had Kid Rock on the phone. I just wanted to check in.
it was pre-recorded and he didn't lip sync. I'll show you exactly how I didn't lip sync, even though the music's going and your microphone's down by your side.
Minor detail. Very minor. Look,
Who cares?
what's actually not a minor detail though? Dude, they drew almost 7 million people on YouTube watching that thing. Like that is boffo number.
Can we get like a smidgen of those numbers?
You want to?
Hey, I love you, Kid Rock.
And I love you, Turning Point USA. You ready to start grifting? Let's do it.
Let's grift.
Hey, I don't think no, I'm kidding. But it doesn't look like it would.
I'm not a sellout, but if you give me money, I will do what you say.
That's right. Yeah, but not a sellout.
I'm not a sellout.
It doesn't look
I
that
believe
hard.
in whatever values you pay me to believe
That's
in.
correct, because my only true value is capitalism.
Yeah, and that mortgage I got to pay every month.
And I am a servant at the altar of American capitalism, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest talking point about the stupid game was all the halftime. That being said, I mean, it's kind of like, it's like when it was the Katy Perry halftime show. And she comes in on the giant lion, or when Lady Gaga's on top of the stadium. It's like, that's what the halftime, it's a spectacle. Like, I didn't know Katy Perry songs, Lady Gaga. I didn't know Bad Bunny songs, but it was the spectacle of it was highly entertaining.
See, that's like the concerts are nowadays, it's like a whole event.
Yeah, Beyonce in the Cadillac floating above the crowd.
Back Family Values tour when Kid Rock was on them and Limp Bizkit and all that stuff. You remember Family Values?
Bet your ass I do.
Yeah, dude. I was out there.
Kid Rock at 99 Woodstock. It's still slaps.
It's still
Parts
good.
of it still
I
slaps.
still know Bob with the Bob. Bad.
My name is Kid.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
it's still.
No, that CD got worn out, you know?
Yeah, no, it's again, if we've spent more time talking about this than we have any of the actual action from the game.
So we already knew where that's going to be. And I mean, if you didn't like Bad Bunny and you call yourself a heterosexual, there was a lot of ass shaking. I was like, I'm happy with that.
There's
I was
something
like,
for everybody.
yeah. I was like, go Puerto Rico.
The ingenuity of using the people dressed as trees.
Oh God, why is that such a big deal?
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because that's what made their set.
Yeah.
So normally, instead of having cranes or trucks or anything putting the set in place, that was how they were able to make the set so big on the field.
Yeah.
Because they used people for the walls and everything, so they could run on as soon as the players left the field, get set up, and then run off. So it allowed them it saved them 2.5, almost 3 minutes of prep time, which made the performance longer.
Now, this tells me you've never done theater production in your life.
Not since I got in-school suspension for getting a handy in junior high. That was the end of my
you just
theater.
had to fit that one in there in junior high.
Yeah.
Give the man a hand.
8th grade was quite the awakening. Yeah.
But no, like there's like they do stuff like that all the time in like theater, just to like you're the bush and you're the tree, and it's
I'm a
like
happy
and
bush.
that's how you make how you change it.
Yeah, quick
fast
change
and
scenery.
go into acts and stuff. So like everybody's like, people were in those bushes, and I was like, I knew that without even seeing them running on the field. I was like, there's no way someone placed the bush on there. I was like, there's someone in there.
Well, look, I'm sorry. Not all of us are
like someone was in R2D2
all-state one-act play. We don't all have that on our resume.
as a freshman.
Yeah, see.
Grapes of Wrath, sir.
Oh, a little Steinbeck.
Grapes of Wrath.
Nice. Well, that's
Shout
that's
out
some,
MacArthur.
that's some culture for you. The one last note on the Super Bowl. I turned 40 in 15 days.
Oh, the big 4. Oh.
2 weeks from tomorrow is the end of my 30s.
Is your back going down a little bit?
I might be in your position in a couple weeks. It pains me to see another sub 40-year-old head coach win a Super Bowl.
You gotta put that out your mind.
We've had
man.
McVay.
Everybody's gonna be younger than you, man.
It's finally so it reminds me a lot of, like, we were talking college basketball earlier.
Yeah.
When I hit like 24, and all of a sudden every quarterback in college is younger than me, every point guard, every center, every athlete, every college athlete is younger. That was a bit of an awakening as someone who had Division III basketball hoop dreams at one point. That was a ground shaking moment. This feels like another one because McVay was 36, Tomlin was 36, and now Mike McDonald, 38 years old, Super Bowl champion.
So now, when you turn 40, you get to use the special phrase, look at that kid right there.
Everyone's a kid now.
Hey, that kid, that Matthew Stafford, that kid can throw. Because technically, Matthew Stafford is younger than us. To put that in perspective.
Yeah, the only reason add this to a humble brag.
Yeah, that kid can throw.
The only reason I know that is because when I was in high school,
Oh, you knew Matthew Stafford.
my head basketball coach left our hometown, our tiny town, with nuclear power plant money because we got outbid by Highland Park. Highland Park hired away our badass high school basketball coach that we were money whipping. Our high school basketball coach was getting paid more than most college coaches in the state because of the power plant money. And Highland Park came in with a better offer. So, yeah, I might or might not have crossed paths at multiple later friends from Highland Park houses when Stafford was a freshman, and they were all talking about how, look, man, this kid he's a stud. Like, you're going to know who this kid is. Like, he's already getting D1 offers. He's this is a name to remember.
This is a good kid right here.
Exactly. And
you're gonna enjoy using that kid phrase.
It's a kid, yeah. It's,
like the kid.
keep an eye on this kid.
The one and only Spencer Burford.
Yeah, yes.
The lineman for the Niners. He's
UTSA grad.
25-year-old kid. My friend saw him shopping for a gun in the gun store.
Oh, fun fact.
And he gave a phone call, and he's like, yeah, man, you know Spencer Burford. I was like, yeah, old lineman for the Niners. Yeah, I'm standing right next to him. We're purchasing some guns. And I was like, oh, give me an autograph or a picture, maybe without the gun.
Yeah, get him to sign a Glock for me.
Yeah,
I'll pay for it.
Shout out to you, Burford. You're a real one.
Do you have any other notes from the weekend or the Super Bowl or
Just met up watching next show we're gonna put my favorite reasons of watching the Winter Olympics. There's gonna be some videos for you.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. As
some of my favorite events are coming up these next couple days. Watch out for that women's skeleton.
okay, I do love anything on the track, sled, luge, or skeleton.
The sprints, the speed skating. Yeah, that's a good one.
Speed skating's fun. I saw we had some controversy earlier today in that we had some disqualification. No, dude, you don't have to tease me with a Winter Olympics talk. We can do a whole we'll do 3 hours of Winter Olympics.
We'll do a type 45 on that one.
Yeah. Do you hear, also on the radio show today, I did the last segment we did was all previewing the upcoming concerts that are going on at the rodeo over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm playing nothing but, redneck country music. So I'm leaving the station like, God dang, I'm ready. Let's go do this podcast. Come on now, man.
Comes walking here, sound like Dr. Phil.
It's a mixture of Dr. Phil and Boomhauer all rolled in one.
All white trash.
You bet your ass. 8:54. Let's do some main Seggy / Spurs notes because 6-game win streak now going into the All-Star break.
Go Spurs, go!
That's right,
Thank
Gina.
you, Gina. And we look like the most exciting team in NBA right now. The lobs,
Hard to argue.
the fast breaks, the pure athleticism from Corey Bryant, who's going to be in the slam dunk contest.
Carter Bryant, but
Carter
you're
Bryant.
all viked.
I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer.
You're all viked up. You're
yeah.
fine.
I get his name wrong. I just know Bryant. I was like, just don't call him Kobe yet.
Yet.
Yeah, exactly. Stephon Castle with the most ridiculous block, and then he gets
Almost
hit.
cost himself.
Yeah, almost cost him a hip. That's youth right there. That kid's got,
I was worried. At first, I thought he had slapped the back of his head on the court when he landed.
Yeah.
But then when I saw it was the tailbone, I was almost.
And then he got raked in the eye.
Yeah,
too.
he ended up getting grazed there.
And then Wemby doing something ridiculous we have not seen, I don't think, ever.
First
Damn
time
near
in the
every game.
play-by-play era, as they said, 25 points in the first quarter in only 8 minutes, 37 points in the first half of that game against the Lakers.
Stephon went 40-point triple-double, first Spurs to do that.
So would it surprise you to, first of all, Wemby, when he hit 30 points in that Lakers game Tuesday night, that gave him more 30-point games than Manu in Spurs history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, a quick stat for that one. We got Tim Duncan, arguably the greatest Spur of all time.
No arguing, no
All right.
question.
And then we got Wemby, who is going to challenge that title if he stays healthy.
Sure looks like it.
In over 156 games, you have points. 3,375 for Timmy, 3,588 for Wemby.
Oh, this is their first 156
games.
Okay,
Yeah.
heard. I'm following.
So it's not years, not the timeline.
I'm
It's just the
following you.
games they played. 3-pointers, 1 for Timmy.
Oh my God, I almost spit
Yeah.
water. I'm surprised it's
300,
one.
341 for Wemby.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Rebounds, Timmy got him on the rebounds. 1,862 versus
I'm curious about the blocks, how close it is.
1,695. Then we get to assist. Wemby's got him over 100. 421 versus 548.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's a different offensive
Steals.
league.
I didn't realize Tim Duncan had this many. Like, he was slapping the ball away.
He was the best defensive player in the league for a decade.
Yeah, DPOY, baby. Is 118 versus 177. Almost doubled them. And then we got the blocks. 393 versus 534. He almost doubles them in like 3 of those stats.
Yeah, that's I mean,
That's
again,
ridiculous. It's a different game. I guaranteed.
For
Late
sure.
90s versus
Yeah.
2020s.
Timmy banging bodies with Shaq and
Low scoring, half
late-
court games,
late
no
stage
pass.
Ewing, morning, way more post up style basketball. But yeah, those numbers are insane.
It's ridiculous, man.
Speaking of, I'll hit you with a little bit more tired head. Another Timmy Wemby number. Wemby now, with that game in LA Tuesday night, he passed Timmy for total number of 40-point games.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's shocking. It's not shocking to me that Wemby has 6 40-point games so far in his career. It's shocking to me that Tim only had 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he wasn't a prolific scorer, but still only 5 40-point games seems really low.
They really worked Pop's half-court system to perfection, which is throw it down to Timmy, get the double block, pass it around the horn, cut, slash, kick out. That's...
So LaMarcus Aldridge, in his short amount of time, had as many 40-point games as a Spur as Duncan. Both of them had 5.
Yeah. By the time it started becoming like a fast break game, faster pace, higher scoring, less defense.
Who do you think had more 40-point games, Timmy or Manu?
Manu.
Only one more.
Yeah.
Manu had 6. Tim had 5.
I knew that stat. So I was
Okay, well, play radio, play podcast. You did well. Yeah, Victor is now tied with Manu for most 40-point games in Spurs history, only trailing Mike Mitchell with 10, the Admiral with 22, and then Gervin blows everybody away, the scoring champ. He had 67.
the ABA basketball
6'7".
man himself. Don't you do that. I did it with you. That was the Vicodin.
That's why I tried to get it out of you. Yeah, 67 40-point games for the Iceman. So
That's crazy.
Wemby on pace, though, to eventually catch.
Stay healthy, my man.
Yeah. As far as the game last night, I don't know how much. Yeah.
Yeah, Draymond and them were getting in. I love the physicality, dude.
Well, you remember a couple months ago when it was the play ended up not counting, but Wemby had the inbounds dunk over Draymond that was violent in nature.
Yeah.
There's a rival, a seemingly respectful rival brewing between those two. Because
Draymond didn't like that dunk.
No, of course not.
Because he had to see it 15,000 times afterwards.
also, I think Draymond knows where the Warriors are right now in the standings. There's a very good chance that's their first round matchup if they can stay in the playoff race
And
or
they've
win a
had
play-in
our
spot.
number, man.
Exactly.
So-
That's why last night.
And no Curry.
Exactly.
And what was it? Curry averaged 48 point, like something like 41 points
Oh, it's ungodly.
in the last 2 games versus us.
So the way the first half went, Spurs would
sloppy.
so sloppy. Spurs would crawl back into it, and then the Warriors would go on a run. Spurs would slowly get back to within a couple possessions. Then the Warriors would get back up by double digits.
They had to make like 33s that game. It was just that kid with the bushy hair and kind of like the
Podziemski?
all white trashes.
Brandon Podziemski.
Yeah, that kid, man, he was kicking it, man. He was kicking it from 3-point.
So it was when the Warriors opened the third quarter with 3 straight threes.
Yeah.
The Spurs had worked so hard to get it back to within 4 at the half, and then immediately Golden State, first 3 possessions in the third quarter, bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
3 straight threes. Eventually, the Warriors got up by 16 points with what would it be? 6 minutes, something like 6
In the
minutes
third.
left in the third. Because
Yeah.
over the final 18 minutes and 35 seconds of the game last night, shout out Dan Weiss had put this stat out. Over the final quarter and a half of the game last night, the Spurs outscored the Warriors 56-27. Wow. They went from down 16 to winning by 13.
Well, it was a foul fest by them. Like they stopped any transitions and momentum that we had second time. But it was a foul fest. Like they were getting in foul trouble real early in the game, and then all of a sudden in the second half, they stopped blowing the whistle.
Yeah, you started
it was
seeing
like
more-
letting them. So which I liked. I was
Love
like, I was like, hey, yeah, we're in the penalty, but we're getting no rhythm. But now you're not blowing the whistle, and now we're getting rhythm, and we can bang with them, and you're not calling it against us, and you're letting them play. Hey, we did that during the Emeritus Cup.
That's right.
You know?
So you've got the roommate calling it, because the Emirates are popping up more and more in the news.
They got that oil money.
That's right. And so she is now I've multiple times I've been like, no, that's the bit. It's not emeritus.
Which one is it really?
Exactly. That's where we're at now. The confusion is real.
It's Emeritus.
It always will be, apparently. So you've ingrained that. Yeah. The way you mentioned Golden State having the Spurs number so far this year, the way that game was looking for the first 2.5 quarters as the Warriors were basically cruising without Steph Curry. That was kind of like, all right, the guys we're already mentally at the All-Star break.
Yeah.
This is not one that
A back-to-back,
Yeah.
West Coast.
Right.
Are we going to give this one away? But I love the fact that they grinded it back.
incredible response over the last quarter and a half. The kind of game that makes you think that this team is mentally stronger than they were 3 months ago.
Well, the last 3
2
games,
months ago.
last 3 games before this was people sitting out in just a layup game.
Yeah, the G League Thunder game.
Yeah,
The Lakers were missing LeBron, Luca,
and then
Austin
we played
Rivers, Marcus
Charlotte-
Smart.
We played Charlotte or Orlando or something.
Orlando,
before.
yeah, and Charlotte the game before Orlando.
So we had a bunch of cupcake games.
Hey, Charlotte's 11-1 over their last 12. Yeah, including a win over the Spurs.
Feel like some betting scandals about to pop out.
Give it time. Give it time.
I had Charlotte in a 4-leg parlay.
Charlotte's a fun league pass team this year. They are really fun to watch.
What was the text message I sent you?
Which one?
Oh, am I now just realizing that Con Knipple is
Oh,
white?
yeah, okay. Yeah, there might have been. I don't know.
thought he was black the whole time, dude. I was
His
like,
name is Con Knipple.
Con.
KK. He went to Duke. There's your third K. How did you miss this?
Oh, buddy.
How did you miss
He went
this?
there. He went there.
How did you miss this?
I was like, nobody's naming their white kid Con.
No, Knipple. I would like to see, because there was also the instant debate of, Spurs should have taken. Imagine what they would be like, idiot national sports writers saying, imagine what they would be like right now if they took Con Knipple instead of Dylan Harper. It's like,
Idiots.
all right,
Like,
let's
come on.
slow down here.
Yeah, Knipple's getting the starting role because their team is garbage.
Again,
They're on a run.
11-1, largely because of Con Knipple. And
They will fall back down to earth.
of course they will. Yeah, no, I forgot you sent me that. The as far as the overarching thoughts about the Spurs at the All-Star break, we are going to get to see a lot of the Spurs this weekend.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox was named a replacement
Oh, he got
for
he
Giannis.
Okay.
That was earlier today. So now the Spurs officially have 2 All-Stars, of course, Wemby and Fox now. But it's weird. This is where the league, they're creating problems for themselves that didn't exist because follow this logic, right? So we're getting USA versus the world in the All-Star game. So immediately it's not East or West All-Stars, but you're still voting East and West All-Stars. So Giannis needs to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
The league, Adam Silver, selects De'Aaron Fox to replace Giannis. So first of all, it's a world player being replaced by an American, but it's also an Eastern Conference All-Star being replaced by a Western Conference player. So
trying to get America that win, you know.
so
what I'm
De'Aaron
saying?
Fox is named an All-Star, but because now the world team needs another player, Norman Powell making his first All-Star appearance with the Heat now. Last week, he was red-blooded American. Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, the league's like, actually, you're Jamaican, so you're going to play on the world. Yes! Norman Powell gets moved from one of the Team USA teams to the world team now, and they cite his
Jamaican ass over there. I see what you're trying to do.
Jamaican ancestry to make him.
That's almost like if they were doing this during Tim Duncan era. Virgin Islands,
right?
That's a territory. Calm down.
Yeah,
it's like Puerto Rico. You're not American.
We
own you.
Yeah, we're keeping Timmy on the world stage. Yeah, no, and Karl Anthony Towns is playing for the world team because of his Dominican ancestry, but he grew up in New Jersey, suburb of the Big Apple up there.
Have you seen the spice of Karl Anthony Towns? Like sounding real sugar in his gas tank.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's just all unstable. The league,
like, oh my God.
Yeah, very.
Oh my God.
He's always got the junior high Valley Girl reaction to everything. Oh my God, I can't believe that's a foul.
Just come out, man. Support. I got your back, buddy.
Hey, you live your life however you choose.
Big cat.
It's another occurrence of the league creating problems that didn't exist to begin with. And the All-Star, all of that is not that much of a problem. It's just very unstable in terms of following the logic to determine.
Well, they want to make it because the world team just looks like,
they're stacked.
Unstoppable. But is Luka going to play? Probably not.
Probably not. No SGA, no Giannis now. Yeah. Not as stacked as they looked 2 weeks ago.
So now it's like put De'Aaron Fox over there. You have a true point guard that can shoot. And Wemby's already said it. He's like, I'm gonna play. You know, he's not gonna sit there and let a layup go without being checked. So the world versus America, I could see it getting a little chippy. I could see it being maybe a real game. Hopefully.
I think it's much more likely to be a competitive game now because if Wemby, we already knew he was going to take it serious. Now all of a sudden he is unquestionably, it's him and Jokic.
Yeah.
It would have been, he might have deferred more to Giannis or Luka or Jokic at different times of the game. Now it's the two of them, leading the charge.
Imagine those crazy lob passes between them, like just set them up in the post. Wemby crawls over there. And,
it's going to be fun. I think I'm pro the new format, but I also am going to poke at the holes in the logic in the new format. The other issue the league has seemingly created for itself, all of the talk about tanking and the draft lottery and whatnot. So since they changed the rules in 2019 to flatten the odds, hoping that teams wouldn't try to tank as much if there wasn't as much incentive to get a worse record. If they made, the top four all have the same odds, they thought that would help things, right? The last 6 years since they changed those rules, the team with the worst record has not picked number one. And even worse, the last 2 years.
but that's what they wanted.
Just wait. The last 2 years, teams that lost in the play-in tournament got the number one pick. The Hawks got Ricochet, Mavs got Cooper Flagg. All of that to say,
that Cooper Flagg one was rigged.
if you want to believe in a good conspiracy, flattening those odds left the NBA a lot of room to manipulate.
Yeah.
And also, let's be honest, Wemby to San Antonio.
Yeah.
The league knew Wemby had one team at the top of his list.
Yeah, that he wanted to go to. He wanted to go here.
He wanted to come here. And of course, the league with the French connection through Tony, it made a lot of sense that they would rig it. Of course, it made a lot of sense last year after the Mavs trade Luka that the league would be like, no, we want Luka in a major LA market, but we'll give you the number one pick.
Exactly. We'll give you the next all-star that's going to come out.
Now, like most conspiracies, I think they're entertaining, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're true.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that ever since they changed these odds, it's only increased tanking. As we got news right before we started, the Jazz got a $500,000 fine for resting all of their players during fourth quarters of close games. Pacers got a $100,000 fine for similar actions.
They need to, if you start more than two starters that don't have legitimate injuries, that should be a fine. While you have other starters, the a la
the Thunder the other
and
night.
Spurs. And yes, Greg Popovich did this, but we were dealing with a lot of injuries at the time.
No, this is every team has saw how great of a strategy it was when Pop did it.
Hack-a-Shaq was Greg Popovich too. Hey, until you fix the rule, I'm going to keep abusing it.
1,000%. And it does. The weird thing, this is where it gets weird for me, because I think it's obvious that the Jazz are trying to lose games.
Yeah.
They're not playing Lauri Markkanen in fourth quarters of games.
Oh, buddy had a hand surgery coming out now.
So, but that one's real. He's got a growth on his leg. It's a benign tumor, but it's.
I thought it was a hand surgery.
No, I think it's
Junior?
the Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I know this. It's Pinvis. It looks like every time I was reading a story about it earlier,
penis?
it did look like he had penis surgery. But it's PNVS. It's a growth on, I think it's on his left leg, growth on his left knee. So it's a benign growth that needs to be addressed. But
it's on your knee.
That's not the example of tanking that got the Jazz in trouble. It's the fact that they, guys that are starting games aren't playing fourth quarters of games.
Exactly. They're up by 12 in the fourth, and all of a sudden they like benching their starters.
But here, I thought
Didn't we do that a couple times when we were going for Wemby?
1,000%.
I remember that.
Right, so the Mavs did it a couple years ago, not to get Luka, but to keep a draft pick, and they ended up taking Derek Lively, who hasn't really helped them.
Yeah.
He's been injured, but teams are doing it for years. We've seen it. The league hasn't really
Yeah.
done a whole lot, but Rob Perez, NBA writer, personality, worldwide Wob, a big Knicks fan, he had a tweet about this that I think perfectly sums up why this is such a hard issue to legislate through fines. I think the overall answer, you can only have a top 5 pick one every 3 years. So if you fall into the lottery and you get a top 5 pick after you just had one the year before, you automatically fall to 6. I think something like that. Baseball does that now with their draft
Okay.
lottery.
I thought you said that was that's happening. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Sorry,
I think
but
that's one of the only.
Yeah.
That's a real solution of all the ones I've seen.
that was like the Cavs when they got Kyrie. It was like they got number one,
Right.
number one, like back-to-back years. And
So-
then LeBron comes back.
Although the other number one ended up being a bust for him, Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
So the Jazz were fined $500,000 for, quote, removing 2 of the team's top players before the beginning of the fourth quarter and did not return them to the game. So the game in question, they won.
Yeah.
That was a game where they beat the Heat with all of their backups and younger guys that were former first-round picks over the last few years, not top 5 picks, but late lottery and mid first-round picks.
See, that's where it gets tricky. It's like,
So-
how can you call that tanking technically?
So here's what Rob Perez said, 3 thoughts on it. So if Will Hardy, the Jazz coach, if he sits Markkanen the entire third quarter and plays him in the fourth quarter, is that acceptable? Where do we draw that line? Secondly, as I said, they won that game versus the Heat. Thirdly, they won that game because Bryce Sensabaugh came through with several big shots, one of their former first-round draft picks. And Rob asked the question, is he not permitted to be the focal point of an offense without the presence of, quote, stars on the floor concurrently? So is the league going to get in the business of telling teams when they can and can't play guys to further their development?
The league can't sit there and dictate someone's lineup.
After
you
the
know?
fine, and again, they won the game. You're fining them for trying to tank in a game they won.
They're definitely going to appeal that for sure.
I'm not sure what that process is for them, though.
You got to, you go to like an arbitrator. It's just like going to a court case. Here's
Yeah.
my facts. Hey, you can't dictate how I start my people because I did play my stars. I just didn't play them in the fourth quarter. Maybe it was a disciplinary issue where he mouthed off to me coming off the court on the third quarter. And I'm like, you're sitting for the fourth.
Right.
You
Maybe
know?
something happened
You
at
can't sit
halftime.
there. You can't sit there and dictate my coaching and how my coaching style and the lineup I'm going to use. And if I see someone getting hot, hey, guess what? I'm not going to put my star in. I'm going to leave this young kid in here
Exactly.
who was a first round pick.
It's
You
more
know?
again, it's the league creating more questions and creating more of a problem where there's a central problem.
Yeah.
But what they're doing now is not addressing the central problem. You're addressing the symptoms.
They're doing this with the Jazz and making it a warning to
1,000%.
the Lakers, OKC, everybody else who sat there and benched people that we saw on primetime games. Now, that's where the NBA takes notice. On primetime games,
That's where their money is affected.
that's where the NBA's money's getting affected with all the sponsorship. But they don't want to sit there and call out OKC. They don't want to call out the Lakers. But we're going to call you out, Utah.
Yeah, Pacers.
Now, everybody else, watch your ass.
That's right. Pacers, you were in the finals last year. We've got our eye on you. We know what you're doing while Halliburton's out injured. Meanwhile, through all of this, as these teams are manipulating lineups to try to lose games, our poor Beam out in Sacramento. They're playing Domantas Sabonis still. They're playing DeMar DeRozan.
They're trying.
They're trying we're trying our hardest, man.
I just want to light the beam.
They've lost 17 straight games.
I just want to flick that beam on.
They have 12 wins this season.
I've only flicked the beam 12 times.
Not even because they're not just home.
I told you they do
They
away
do-
games.
You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
I squashed
So
it.
a Kings fan had this tweet earlier or last week. Quote, "We the most ethical tank in the league. No benching, no star players, no tanking gimmicks, just pure ass hoops." And I read that like, look,
We're just pure ass.
just pure ass, just pure ass hoops. What a perfect encapsulation of
That's right, Tony. Just
of where the
great ass
Sacramento
hoops.
Kings are. Yes, Greg, 1 hour down, not 2 to go, but you do remind me we need to move things along. As far as we did it on the radio show today, I'll just ask you off top of your head. Give me one thing, the thing you like the most so far from the Spurs going into the All-Star break, and the thing you like the least that you've seen from this team.
The thing I like the most is seeing the defense thrive. You know, with Castle stepping up, like I called in the beginning of this season, he's going to be
Give you props.
He's getting
Yep.
he's getting that Kawhi. He's starting to get that 3-pointer down a little bit. Our young guys, you know, Carter Bryant.
There we go.
There we go. OCB. He's stepping up. He had his show out game.
So imagine, you remember, sorry to cut you off. Remember the week of the trade deadline, we were talking about what this team needs: shooting and a potential muscle backup big, rebounding, does the dirty work. What if Carter Bryant is that guy? And we're seeing the development
His 3-pointer is getting way more effective, and he is banging on the boards and he's showing the hops.
If this is the beginning of a major developmental leap over the second half of the season from Carter Bryant, it's not hyperbole, it's not hyperbolic to say that is a huge development for the Spurs going into the playoffs.
Absolutely,
That is a game changer
and
of
I've
a
seen him go
player off
against
the bench.
a vet where the vet stares him down, and he sat there and looked right back at him, was like, "Hey, I'm coming at you." You know, so he's got a little bit of that dog in him.
I love it.
You know,
It's so fun.
So that's the thing I love the most. The thing I love the least is we play to our opponents sometimes.
Playing down to competition. That's what I had.
Simpatico, my man.
That's what I had. I kind of combined the third quarter woes that we've seen haven't been as much of a deal or as much of an issue lately, but I think you nailed it. That's the playing down to competition.
Yeah,
But
we got to blow out those guys that and get our guys some rest
that's also
to save them for the big games, because we're stepping up for the Houston Rockets.
they play
the Thunder.
Exactly.
You
All the
know?
marquee matchups,
Yeah.
they're up for. But all of the New Orleans Pelicans,
Utah Jazz.
exactly.
You know, Charlotte was too close.
Even Golden State having our number so far this year. Golden State's not the same Golden State.
Nah.
It's that to me is the biggest what I don't like.
I
from
do like
them
that.
So far.
Greg says 2-0 with Carter Bryant's got his cornrows in. Hey, I think they're all trying to stand out and be like, we all look a little similar.
Well, look, dude,
you know, let's change
he
up
got
the-
his
Vassell's wearing his hair down. He's not pineapple in it.
Carter Bryant got his hair done for the dunk contest Saturday night. He knows he's about to have the national spotlight Saturday night during
Harper's
the
growing
dunk.
his hair a little bit out.
Yeah, letting it go a little bit. The only other thing I had for what I don't like, obviously we got the news after the trade deadline. Sohan officially couldn't find a deal, so they waive him, and he's picked up by the damn Knicks.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I called it. I don't know. We have to check the tape, but I was like, I could see us playing the Knicks, and that was during
Just like
the
99.
Emeritus Cup. I was like, I could see this being.
Oh, yeah, you did. I remember we were talking about
I was
it.
like, I can see this being, for the chip.
Absolutely. We were talking about
And
because
Sohan, you don't think he's gonna come out and try to? He knows what we're doing. He knows he He knows our secrets.
That bench, if he paid attention enough, that bench unit of Alvarado and Sohan now, some of the defensive nastiness that they bring to the Knicks, I think that's
yeah.
potentially
That was a good pickup for Knicks.
yeah.
Thank you, Sohan, for all you did through our down years. I hope you had nothing but success, man.
And I think most Spurs fans
Not against us, but
I think most Spurs fans are more than willing to give Jeremy the runway to succeed elsewhere with
He's a good kid.
well wishes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Steph, he was the roommate's favorite ever since he humped the floor, and that was the moment where I was like, because he does all the he's doing appearances on the east side, right next to a establishment that we would go to a lot, and I was just waiting for the day where she was like, hey, you want to go to that Peruvian restaurant or the coffee shop? And we're like, wait, why the hell do you want to go there? Like, I know what's going on. I know that's where Jeremy Sohan is going to be in an hour. Like,
she's like, I like his hair.
I was quite in that accent.
You get that plum pudding.
The hair. What a callback. Yeah, between the hair and the accent, old double P in there was quite enjoying the Jeremy Sohan experience. But I think that it's outside of the action on the court, that's the biggest disappointment this year is just the parting of ways with Sohan. I did randomly write down, I think we've talked about it, the post-win drum is a...
It needs to be a little bit more. Just give me some smoke.
Smoke
machine. Even though I hate it, I
drop
hate the
it
smoke
from
machine.
the rafters with the coyote riding it down like a disco
man.
ball.
Yeah, just have him riding the.
Come on.
Give me something.
Give
me some theatrics to
there
this.
are ways this can be salvaged. Not salvaged is it maybe extreme. There are ways this can be accentuated.
Yeah. Put some pizzazz on it.
That's right. Really, truly own it.
Just kick it up a notch.
Truly own it if we're gonna do it. I had for my what we like. I had a bunch because we did it on the radio today. But the clear one to me, without question, is the fact that Wemby is now every single year for the next decade, as soon as the season starts, top 5 in MVP voting.
Yeah.
It's clear. JJ Redick said it after the Lakers game Tuesday night. He came out and flat out said, Wemby is a top 5 player in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's who he is. That's what he does.
Arguably top 3,
Exactly. And that's where I'm saying, this version of Wemby you're seeing right now that is a top 5 player in the world is the worst version you should see for the next 10 years.
Because he's just going to get bigger and stronger. And he's going to get more tools in that bag.
And I think that is, in terms of, we go back to our preseason predictions for this team and how right you were about the leap they were going to take. I just didn't believe that.
I didn't think they're going to be this good, but I was locked in at they're going to be 4.
You said 50-something wins.
Yeah.
And that's what they're on pace for.
Man, they're on pace for 55.
That's what I'm
60.
saying. I think it's closer to 57. Yeah. I came up with my prediction, as lame as that sounds, based on the historical precedents of teams normally don't go from a non-playoff team to the second best team in the conference.
And not like a Sacramento Kings had a good play year.
Right.
They're the team to beat. They're the team, Shaq called it. We're going to beat the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals.
Let's slow down on that, Shaq.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
San Antonio's own, baby.
San
San Antonio's
fair.
own.
That's fair for 2 years.
Little fandom. I met his parents.
We need to cut that off. Just Cap saying I met his parents.
We were waiting for will call, man. What was it? Fox. What's his first name?
De'Aaron?
No. He used to play.
Rick Fox?
Yeah, Rick Fox. I got his will call tickets. And we're sitting there, and of course it's during the playoffs, and all the people waiting for the Lakers will call tickets. They made us wait so long. Surprise, surprise. And who comes up in the limo? It's Shaq's mom and dad. And I'm with a Laker fan, one of my best friends, Lonnie, who was on
good
our
dude.
Fantasy AZ himself, Arizona man himself. He was with me, and he's like, dude, those are Shaq's parents. And I'm like, oh, you big man's parents? And he's like, oh my God, he's so embarrassed. And they're
Yeah,
like,
don't talk to
"Yeah,"
them.
he's
Don't bother
"Yeah."
them.
I was like, hey, man, get me in the locker room after the game. Just look for me.
Yeah, I think that to me is like this is the leaps this team has made to now be only chasing the Thunder this season as the Thunder are defending champions. I know Shaq loves he's calling it out to get ahead of it because he's probably going to be right.
He
Or
loves
he's got
the
a
big
good
man. He loves a big man.
He's got a good chance of being right, but not that I worry about the mental fortitude of this team, but I don't want the national narrative to all of a sudden become
we're
it's
not
the
gonna
Spurs to lose.
we're not gonna be the underdog for long, bro.
No, but we have one more year
To be the
we have
underdog.
this year.
Even
That's
though we
it.
dominated OKC. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and as Greg points out in the chat that they don't have to wait long to see Jeremy Sohan in a Knicks uniform. Spurs,
March
Knicks,
1st.
and it's an ABC primetime game.
That's right. I was like, I mean, we've already played them twice, but the Amerites Cup that was an extra game
Yeah, that doesn't count even towards season record or anything.
that counted in their pocketbooks. Whoop whoop.
The
Love that money.
only other thing I mentioned how they're all going to be so Wemby Fox now in the All-Star game, Mitch coaching the All-Star team that De'Aaron Fox is on, Harper and Castle rising stars, Carter Bryant in the dunk, and then they got rid of the skills competition, but they brought back the shooting stars competition, and Dylan Harper is participating with his family. With his dad.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's
yes.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so that'll be the
That's pretty cool.
that'll be the shooting star competition on Saturday. So I want to see what NBC does. Apparently, we're getting a live John Tesh performance of Round Ball. Don't sing it. He'll trademark.
Who the hell is John Tesh?
You know the NBA on NBC song. We can't even hum it because he will strike this video down faster.
He's worse than Lars Ulrich on LimeWire.
So much on steroids. He's Lars on steroids. Lars going after grandmas using Napster. John Tesh, he'll call in a hit squad against your grandma if you
man.
sing Round Ball Rock in front of a microphone and he doesn't get paid.
He's got the thing. You got Tesh.
We might have already even said too much. He might already be monitoring.
Say no more.
But yeah, I am looking forward to All-Star Weekend because I want to see the U.S. versus world format. Yeah. Spurs are in every competition except the 3-point competition. So hopefully
we don't embarrass ourselves this year like Wemby and CP3 trying to skirt the system and not make.
Well, they got rid of it.
Yeah,
it feels like.
Hey, good job on getting rid of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I actually go back and give you praise for getting the league to realize this was stupid.
It was dumb.
But yeah, hopefully NBC does a better job than what TNT had become with just throwing Kevin Hart out there to do a 20-minute stand-up set in between quarters or watch a Mr. Beast competition in between the third and fourth.
He's so cringy live, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, not good. You got anything else?
No.
Let's close it out. Let's do some lightning round, LG. 932 market. I'll start because I don't have a whole lot. I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to try to make you laugh here. Did we have any? We didn't have any other super chat. Okay, no, just the 1
Greg
hour.
hooking us up twice. Two times.
Thank you, Greg. The Cowboys, I mentioned it at the top.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, The Athletic releases a Cowboys survey every year. It's they send out a questionnaire to over 1,000 Cowboy fans and end up compiling the results. John Machota does a great job. He writes a full article responding to what the responses are. And I want to genuinely get what your answer would be as a non-Cowboy fan, and I'll compare a couple of these. We won't do them all. So it was Shoddy, Brian Schottenheimer's first year as coach. As an outside observer who had to listen to me talk about Shoddy a lot this year.
This is a lightning round.
It's going to be quick.
Get to it.
What grade would you give Shoddy in his first year?
5.
Okay, A through F.
Oh, A through F? C.
Yeah. C, okay. 27% said C. 61% B. 8% gave him an A for going 2 games under 500.
They had a lot of adversity once they got rid of Micah. I'm saying he did a pretty good job.
I mean, they did have a guy end his life in the middle of the season.
God bless, man.
That's a lot of adversity to coach through.
God bless, man.
A lot of adversity. What player is the Cowboys most overrated? It's a runaway favorite.
Oh,
a runaway.
Dak.
No, he finished second.
Dak Prescott sucks.
Deron Bland, runaway.
Bland.
He's way over.
yeah.
Top 5 now. Cowboys most underrated player. Also, last year, Dak was voted the most overrated
Okay.
in this survey.
Most underrated player.
It's another runaway.
I'm gonna go with the defense, the linebacker, Overshown.
Overshown came in 7th.
I don't-
Ryan Flournoy, the young wide receiver, 2nd. Dak Prescott, number 1, most underrated player, voted
Prescott.
according to Cowboy fans. Okay.
Oh my god! If
Okay.
I gotta hear about Dak, man.
Final one, or 2 more. Where do the Cowboys rank in the NFC East going into next year?
Third.
3rd was 2nd. This is confusing. 3rd got 20%. 2nd, 67%. 67%. And then final, I teased it at the top. Will Jerry Jones see another Cowboys Super Bowl appearance? Yes or no? Guess the percentage. Guess what percent said yes, what percent said no.
No. 73%.
Dude, okay.
Close.
77. You were so close. So 77 said no, but that means 23% of Cowboy fans said
I love y'all's gumption.
1 out of 4. Find 4 people wearing Cowboys gear in the wild, and one of those idiots thinks Jerry
I thought it was gonna be
Jones
2
would-
out of 4, man. Thought it was gonna be 2 out of 4. All right, and just think, if Pickens is getting franchise tag, let's
And
see.
traded.
Let's see if he doesn't get like surly during the middle of the year. Hit me, LG. All right, I got a couple clips since I'm becoming a robot myself with getting all this machinery put in me. I like to go and let's take a clip back to we are still rulers over AI at the moment. We have one, let's go with the famous one that everybody probably saw on old TM Zizzle. We have one newly single
Quick about
Cardi
TMZ.
B.
TMZ's covering a lot of the Nancy Guthrie story. Not doing a whole lot on Epstein.
Yeah.
Levin, pretty tied up in those files, but
we already told you.
Okay,
We already
okay,
told you
okay.
the Guthrie story is a planted story. All right, so we got Cardi B over here twerking on a cyborg, and
That is
it
not a
falls-
cyborg.
it just falls right on top. How heavy do you think that thing is?
200 pounds.
Oh my god, dude! Like, this is ridiculous. And just think if you want to go ahead and start rolling that other video, if this thing was
Wait,
on,
LG, what'd you say? It's not a cyborg?
That is not a cyborg.
Whatever
A cyborg is half man, half machine.
OG,
Just for the sake of accuracy, I wanted to get that out there.
always there.
You're a cyborg.
Thank you, OG.
You're a cyborg right now. More than that thing is.
How did he see me? Grandma's boy cut. And then if we got it put on,
Does that hold up?
I still love the movie.
Yeah.
And if we had that thing on, I wish Cardi B was around it as well. When it sits there and tries to break dance. Let's go ahead and roll
Are
this
you
video.
suggesting that we're going to be ending up going to
Look
robot
at my
strip
guy over here
clubs?
breakdancing. He just wigged out on the floor. That was like old girl from Australia in the military breakdancing.
Oh. Dude, that could do damage.
That's damage right there. What if that went like that on
What
Cardi
if it
B?
had wrapped around her leg? That would
Yeah.
just crush.
Oh man,
God, there's that little kid. Just
they are not afraid enough.
no,
I'd
no,
be running the way. Like I'd be like, "Hup, I'm out.
no. Oh yeah, it just hit the slightest little
Like, look at this thing. They got a kid in a wheelchair or something right there.
bump. I believe that is. I think that's a.
That kid needs to be a cyborg.
Yeah. Well, he was about. He was about 2 feet away from turning into a.
Yeah, that's how it starts when you see him
They
wig
got,
out.
they got nothing on Optimus.
Oh god,
Nothing.
man, you're gonna. If
You're
I
showing
get-
these
if
little
I-
Timu robots over here. Show me some Optimus. Show you
If
be a
I
real
come in
robot.
here and there's a freaking robot, dude,
there will be.
we're throwing hands. I'm
There
throwing
will
hands
be.
with the robot.
As soon as Optimus is released, I'm putting a down payment.
You are You were out of
I'm
control.
reserving one.
Do we know what the price point is going to be?
20
on
to
it?
30K.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a worst investment of your life because I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna be like, oh, what'd
Good
you
luck.
do?
Good luck.
I was about to say, I think I'm
I'm gonna just punch in his face every time.
going to take 2-to-1 odds on the robot there.
Hey,
Like,
I'm a cyborg now. I got a
oh,
chance.
that's fair. Yeah, you have some of.
He's like, we're brothers.
It's like it's like the white guy that gets stays with the Native American tribe, and all of a sudden feels like, oh yeah, I'm right there. One of that's how you are.
I'm ready
with-
to ride this horse bareback, baby.
Exactly. You're the Kevin Costner of cyborgs right
Dancing
now.
with robots.
Yeah, that's no Daniel Day-Lewis. That's no Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah.
Hit me, LG. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. We've got Olympic hockey up and running. I know now that you've teased Winter Olympic talk, I don't want to do too much, but I will say
Old-time hockey?
USA won their debut today, although they had 2 goals called back by coach's challenge in the first period.
Oh, wow.
It would have been 3-1, but it ends up being 1-1 after the first against Latvia, the hated Latvians. But the bigger news,
Is that Dr. Doom's mafia?
Latvia, yeah,
Dr. Doom. He
it's
owns
the
it.
home of Kristaps Porzingis. I know that much about Latvia. Canada also won today. Dallas Star Thomas Harley played the most time on the ice for Team Canada, Stars defenseman. But speaking of the Stars,
Blame Canada.
the biggest story so far after 2 days of men's Olympic hockey. Get this, so I talk a lot about the Finnish mafia, all of the Finnish players that play for the Stars. The Stars basically have Finland's top, have 4 of Finland's top 6 players on the roster. They played Slovakia. Finland only has 1 player on their roster who is not an NHL player.
God.
This is the first time.
Stacked.
So they are the expected. Them and Sweden are the expected bronze medal battle. Like everyone thinks it's going to be USA, Canada, and then it'll be Finland and Sweden battling for the bronze, right? So Sweden struggled at first. At one point, Sweden played Italy, lost that game or won that game 5-2. But in the second period, the game was tied 2-2. Sweden had 30 shots on goal and 2 goals. Italy had 4, but had scored twice.
Oh, man.
So they ended up,
That's a good percentage right there.
Yeah, it's a
Shooting
good-
50% on goal, baby.
but you only got 4 shots off. So anyway, Sweden ended up recovering. Finland wasn't so lucky. The Slovakian team they were playing, again, Finland has 1 player out of 26 that is not an
professional.
NHL player. Slovakia has 7 NHL players total.
They won?
They beat Finland 4-1 in the opening
Take
match.
that, you Finnish bastards.
I know, my Finnish Mafia not looking so hot. Add that on top of Jake Ottinger, the Stars goalie, not dressing today for Team America. Apparently, he's going to be the 3rd choice goalie, at least for
Shout out for the women's
the
hockey
first
team.
game. Yeah, they're
But
looking.
They got out of the group play without getting any goals scored on them.
Beat the hell out of Canada too.
Yeah, 5-0.
Love it,
Love it.
love it.
All right, hit me, LG.
Fun fact about Latvia, real quick.
We need.
Oh, here we go,
need
voice of
that.
God. Come on.
Yeah.
Give me some.
The ratio of women to men is the highest in the world. More women than men.
Can you
ratio-wise.
imagine how well Kristaps
Why don't you get that
Porzingis?
chat sheet potential to give me a little run preview of these women in Latvia?
You're gonna like what you see, buddy. You're gonna love. It was.
I think I've seen something like this.
Never mind. I just go.
All right. And this is me calling for the ball. If we could go ahead and load up America's Finest right now
Can we?
for our news friend over here who likes to watch news.
I do love my cable news.
Yes,
I do.
This is going to be local news.
Even better.
Yes. We have one. Let's just go ahead and throw the first clip out there. This was during Christmas time. They do a little
We're going back.
Yeah, they do a little riff where a news anchor, a co-news anchor, she reads tweets that get thrown her way, and she has fun with it. And let's
What
just
is this
go ahead.
like?
First of all, how is this local? Before You
Well,
set it
it's-
up as local. This isn't local.
It's local for the area. You got local news and then you got national news.
Oh,
Okay.
not our
It's
local
not
area.
local news. This is news for a different
I
location.
didn't say our local news. Are we gonna sit here and do semantics, or are we gonna roll the clip, dude?
I'm just saying it's not local news. It's not from San
I'm all
Antonio.
mic'd up and I'm gonna kick some ass here.
You
in a
say
second,
local
dude.
news, it's got to be KSAT, Ken's.
My SA.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
somebody's local news.
It's someone local news,
Play
damn
the
it.
freaking video, LG. Here we go. Hopefully we don't
Isn't
get.
Christmas yet. I'm hoping Saint Nicholas comes through.
Good Lord.
So
I can't
This girl's-
laugh too hard or I jingle. How am I
she's
supposed to
thick,
sneak
so they
in
send
if
her
you
send
wear
her all these tweets.
It's beginning to look a lot like Thickmas everywhere you go.
What are they using that for?
Oh, dude, it's just her name is. There was a lot more to that one, but I guess LG cut
I
it
need
short.
to see. I need to
No,
see.
that was it. There was not a lot more.
I need to
that was
see
It's a
the.
6-second clip.
Damn, I sent you the wrong one.
This is.
This is what happened when I can't use YouTube.
I know. That's what I was about to say. We have officially. I'm enjoying every
All right,
second
so this
of
is Carissa Codell. She works for a Fox out in Tallahassee, Florida.
That looks like the Florida Panhandle, and I
Yes.
mean that in the best way possible.
so-
Definitely not local.
She's local from Tallahassee. You're gonna really die on this hill. Man.
Give me that name one more time of our our new non-local crush.
Yeah, Carissa Codell,
That solid,
Yeah.
solid reporter name.
solid producer.
Clarissa Cordell
And she's
reporting
got the reporter voice, even
live
though
from Tallahassee.
LG's like, it's the most annoying voice ever.
Live from Florida's biggest trailer park.
Yes, in the Panhandle. And so they just roast her, but it's all in fun, and she plays with it, and it's so hilarious. Go ahead and throw on the other clip because I had a whole montage.
Oh wait, it's the same chick?
Same chick. This is an ongoing segment for them.
That's spectacular.
Damn, the Waffle House Billie Eilish is swole. So obviously the Waffle House Billie Eilish has to be swole. We're fighting in the Waffle House. I'm throwing the chairs. If a bowl of oatmeal was a person.
No, I don't like that
I
one.
like
She's
oatmeal though, because if it's just like maple brown sugar, okay, boring. You know?
She's really
Put
thinking
one
about
wig
it.
on it, and it's me.
Waffle House Billie Eilish.
Simple yet effective. Go, chunk, go.
What? Why make her read that?
Taco Bell, we've got Taco Bell here.
Jeez.
Oh,
I guess we have Jimmy Kimmel to blame for this. Reading mean tweets.
R.I.P. to Harambe, reincarnated me. It's
Oh,
like seeing a baddie in a gorilla suit.
God. She's not. Look. It's, yeah, she makes it sound like she's Jabba the Hutt. Like she's
no.
not. She's thick
yeah, she's thick.
in every
There's
sense
one
of the-
where it's like she got King Kong and Godzilla fighting back there, and I'm all right with that. She's another one. Oh, I'm gaining cholesterol just looking at her, and I'm there for it. I'm ready to die.
Look, you could run. I feel like you could
Go
give
down
me,
the wormhole of Carissa Cordell.
I feel like you
Sweet
could
Tallahassee's own.
give me a 3-hour montage of those.
I had a whole montage of it, the best ones, but it was a YouTube clip, and we don't want to get a strike on us.
None of those
Yeah.
are gonna beat Waffle House Billie Eilish.
Oh, Waffle House Billie
That's-
Eilish is good, dude.
That's the ender. I'll get. You know what?
Saint Thickamus.
Not just because you're viked up.
That's a good one.
That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win. I am. I have some show research to do. I think along with the rest of us.
She got like 55,000 like Twitter followers because she does this skit. Like she's like now becoming
Twitter world.
social media famous and
Oh,
stuff.
Don't you know OJ would have loved it.
OJ lived close to Tallahassee too.
White people.
Get us out of here, LG. Cap, tell the good people how they can find you for more Thickmas contact. I couldn't even do it.
You can hit me at the Captain's Chair 210 on Insta and X, and then hit us on sportscave.live on everything.
That's right. Get a hold of me on X at Biggest Puma, of course. On Instagram, biggest.puma. LG, next stream,
Maybe Sunday.
maybe Sunday.
Maybe Sunday.
Hold
Maybe
your butts.
Friday.
Maybe Friday.
Maybe I'll call up and like,
Wait, is it
when
a
you're doing a
maybe-
segment, I'll just sit there and just crush it.
Is it a maybe both days or
No,
one or the other?
maybe Saturday.
Maybe,
Who
okay,
knows?
God dang
Oh
it.
my God.
Get us out. All right, y'all. We'll be back next Tuesday night. Send your prayers Cap's way as the recovery still continues.
I'm good.
Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the All-Star weekend. Enjoy the Spurs in action. Be good. Peace.
Peace.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!